Hi, I'm Melissa, and this is the Book Break. And today we're going to be looking at a unique art sticker book with a great artist named Tae Won Yu. So we're going to bring him on in. Hi, Tae.
Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm really happy to look at your book because I got to say, it's unique. And I've already tested it out with my kids. So it's the Antiquarian Sticker Book. And I love this because especially now in these COVID times, we're looking for something to do and something a little bit different. And your stickers are fabulous. So I want to start with, can you tell us a little bit about how did you come up with the idea to do this sticker book and the unique art in it?
Oh, thank you so much. I think myself, like a lot of kids, were obsessed with stickers when we were little, and it was always a special thing when maybe someone from brought back a sticker I'd never seen before from their travels or something like that. And so I really coveted these rare stickers. And as I grew older, I was really just into browsing inside used bookstores and thrift stores, and basically going treasure hunting for kind of hidden gems everywhere. So when we had this opportunity to make this sticker book, we just said, let's make the most amazing sticker book that we possibly can. And we just went all out. One of the aspects is that, not only is it 300 pages, it is unlike any sticker book you've ever seen. It is cover, it's thick. But of course, the special thing is what's inside. These are all amazing images from the Victorian era and also medieval era, and all throughout the history of our basic printed history. And what we did was like sort of went on a wonderful and fun treasure hunt through the archives of libraries and museums all around the world, and trying to find the rarest, most unusual images that really haven't been printed in over 100 years. And we just collected them all together and made them all into stickers. And so you could basically use it to explore the world of the past, but also it could be a starting point for your creativity. And I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, I love it. So something that I really liked is that your images are unique. They're not images that you're used to seeing in a sticker book. And I know for myself, it gave me ideas of things that I could do with stickers because these aren't your typical stickers. So I know, you're an artist, so I would love to see some of the things that you've done with these stickers in a, do-it-yourself project.
Sure. Thank you so much for asking. The thing about these stickers is that, we really went deep, and we looked for sources that were really unusual. Sometimes they were literally newspapers from the 1850s, magazines and advertisements, and all these sort of things that in of it themselves, you may just pass them by. But we kind of rescued them and cleaned them up and made them really ready to go for your creative projects. Here's one example I would like to show you. I'll bring it to the camera. Here we go.
Awesome.
This is a personalized and customized gift wrapping project, a little thing for my friend Emily. These are in the back of the book. There's an entire alphabet with amazing letter forms. And so with that, you could basically create a special custom message, or spell out the recipient's name. But as you can see, there's such an array of styles. And when you combine them all together, it's really just, there's some kind of relationship that happens, and it makes it into this beautiful collage art. So I think there's some real, sources of inspiration here.
Yeah, definitely. I know for myself, my kids and I started using them to make cards because those make much more unique cards than what, at least for what my kids usually make, because the artwork is so fun. So do you have an example of a card that you've made with it?
Yes, and especially with card making and all forms of correspondence during these times. I know that you know, but as the winter months are coming, and definitely, you know, feeling isolated and you know, missing my friends and family. You know, it's a really wonderful opportunity to take up the pen again and make some special project and use our wonderful postal service to bring a gift. That's something that was personally and custom made for a special person. And here is a very special person in my life. This is a card that I made for my mom. I don't know if you could see.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, thank you. So this is basically, I was about to send her an email again or an e-card, but you know, but I really wanted to send her something special, and so that she could really have that experience of opening something up. And of course, you know, these days, like receiving snail mail is a little bit of a rarity, but
Yeah.
but I think it's a project that, you know, we could really take up again, and it would be a great source and an area of expression for our creativity. All I did was just take an old picture of myself when I was a kid, and all these images are just straight from the book, and I just kind of like, you know, I just kind of like put them all together, and just because. There's the quality of the images are so vibrant and so beautiful, and even when they're not organized in a distinct way, they just create a story of their own. I think it's just so remarkable how these images do that. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, and something that I thought was really interesting about you is you have been an artist for a while, but an artist of different kinds. So you were actually in a punk band, and you have a fun history with that. Tell us a little bit about how being in a punk band actually helped to inspire this sticker book.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, you know, when I was younger, my 20s and into my 30s, I think, I was definitely into punk and punk rock and the punk community. And part of the ethos of that community is basically making do with what you have. Not letting the lack of opportunities or lack of the perfect thing stop you from expressing yourself. And so during those times, I, you know, basically making flyers and T-shirts and album covers, you know, all these things that were visually oriented was made with cut and paste, with literal cut and paste, with glue sticks and scissors and Xerox machines. So during that period, I really got into just like collecting all sorts of ephemera, from, you know, magazine clippings and you know, like tickets and anything I could find, and basically being able to make something out of things that were thrown away. And, you know, and so for me, there's like a real creative spark that happens when you could take something that was like kind of forgotten and just like make it special. And then how do you make that special? You take this and you take this else and put it together. And so that's sort of like the spirit of this book, is that each image is a treasure by itself, but something else happens when they come together, and they start talking to each other. And so, I always think about those days from my past in the playing in punk bands and stuff, because that was really the source of kind of like real freedom and creativity. And in some ways, I was able to kind of you know, channel that into this book.
Yeah, and it shows. I mean, it's definitely creative. I love it. So before we go, I'd actually love to talk about your other book that you have that I've seen, because I think it's great. So I'm going to let you show us that book, because I am a fan of this book. So would you show us your other book that you have?
Okay, sure. Here, it's already a few years ago, but with my friend Phil Conigliaro, I made this book called My First Baby Signs, and it is a board book and poet book, which teaches American Sign Language. Oh, there's some shine here. Okay, here we go. And each page are very simple sign language that you could teach your baby, and also you could learn yourself. And to eat is.
I love it.
Yeah. And this one is milk. Oh,
I love it.
So I don't know if I could show you.
Yep, I can see it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So anyway, the book filled with them, and it's really fun to learn. And I'm sure you know how important it is, and it really opens up an entire dimension in your relationship with your baby when you communicate.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of teaching babies sign language because my own son, which I've had the opportunity to tell you about, my own son, who's almost 11 now, he was a preemie baby. And so some of his development was just a little bit behind the mark. And one of those things was speaking. His ability to speak was not fully developed because he was a preemie. But he was able to start signing when he was 6-7 months old. And it was amazing to be able to do that. So, something I just thought of with your books is the Antiquarian Sticker Book is a really fun thing. And even toddlers can put stickers on. And that's a really fun activity to do with your kids, is have your toddler put a sticker on a page, because that's something they can do. And so I'm just thinking you could combine that, right? You could take the sign language and you could talk with them. You could take the stickers, fun activities. So I love your work.
Yeah, so true. Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful. I think everything you said is completely true. It makes it really easy, and it's like you could really just like enter into this world and really like that creative spark, especially when we're like isolated and we have to spend so many hours indoors. How wonderful is it to just make some creative project and be able to share it with other people, whether it's through social media or sending it by mail.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today, Tae. It's been fabulous.
Oh, it's so great to meet you. And thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you. Well, and thank you all for joining us on the book break. We'll see you next time.